Hey YouTube. So we're gonna do stop number 3 of the 4 markers I own. Back up the chair just a little bit. That's better. All right. So for this last marker, I wanted to. So at the time, I had my G3 E-Tech 4, and now I wanted something that was a little bit older. I'm talking old school. And I was searching for eBay, and this next gun is awesome. This next gun, first off, is my favorite gun out of all the guns I own because of just how crazy and quirky and the attention it gets at the field. It's crazy. By any means, is it the best performing gun? No, but does it put a smile on my face every time I use it? Yeah. I mean, most of my guns do that, but this one's really special. But I was looking for something older, and I was cruising on eBay, and I got into a bidding war over this gun. And I ended up winning, and I got it for a pretty good price. It wasn't, definitely got it for pretty cheap. I definitely could sell and make a profit on it, but I wouldn't want to do that. They're not the hardest to find, but I wouldn't say they're super common. You can find them, but they're usually pretty high in price. People price them higher than what they're really worth. You could pick up this marker for 150, maybe 200 at most. Maybe 130 if it's a really good day with these. They're not super expensive, but they're definitely unique, and I'm going to bring it out to you. Well, first off, just so people can maybe answer before I pull out, this is the very first electronic gun ever made. Let that sink in. All right, and that is my shoebox shocker. Yeah. Shoebox shocker. So this is the very first electronic gun ever made by Smart Parts. There was a company that made it before, starts with a P, can't really remember. They made them for Smart Parts, and then Smart Parts bought them out and bought the rights to it. This one is a Shocker Sport SF. So SF means select fire. So a little toggle here. Oh, let's get on the better side. Little toggle here, you can switch it, and it can go 3-round burst, semi-auto, or full auto. A little bit about these guns. As you can see, they're enormous. This is definitely a really big gun, and it's extremely heavy. You definitely get a workout when you shoot this gun. Barrel-wise, it came with a... We're going to take the barrel because this thing's so heavy. We're going to go over the barrel first. This is an all-American glued 2-piece. Yeah, glued 2-piece. They came glued. I don't know why. I guess the Gardner brothers or the people that own Smart Parts thought it was a better idea to leave them glued. This is a glued all-American 684. It is a 684. I have bore matched this. It's around 684, 685 all-American barrel. It's 14 inches. It's got lots of porting. It's a really good barrel. Definitely a great barrel when the paint fits. I'm going to leave the barrel on it because it looks good. The weird thing about these guns is they don't come with detents. So bore matching in order for these guns to shoot is extremely important. I don't use this barrel very much. I use my Freak kit with my carbon fiber barrel to get that bore match. I always underbore. So if the paint's boring out at 684, I do 682. And that bore acts as a detent for the shocker so it can shoot. Because if you don't, it's roll out city or double feed or get stuck in a barrel, and then the second one comes and just blasts it apart, and you just break and paint barrel breaks for days. And that's never fun, and the inefficiency won't be, good if you do it that way. Sorry, I got a text message. And your velocity will be under. So, yeah. So it does come with, this marker came with the max flow reg, which is right here. It's pretty easy to adjust. You turn it in to turn the velocity up, and you undo it to turn the velocity down. Pretty straightforward. The marker is very inefficient. It's probably the most inefficient gun ever made. Off of 6845, you're lucky to get 600 shots, maybe 700 on a really good day if you got it bore matched correctly. But the way the marker operates is really unique. It has 2 solenoids. Now this marker isn't a spool valve gun, which a lot of people think it is. It's a poppet. It has a poppet valve in it. It's really neither. It also has a spool valve in it, but more so a poppet. I would say a poppet. but it does have two solenoids in here when most guns have one. It has one to operate the firing piston, which is down in here. Here's the back end of it down in there. So the poppet, that's where the poppet is for the firing piston. And it has one to operate the bolt, which is right here. The bolt is a closed bolt, which makes another reason why bore match is so important, so you don't have rollout city going on. So it is a closed bolt. So that means it's in a closed position when it fires. So it ball comes down, so fires, opens, ball comes down, pushes it forward, fire, opens, ball comes down, pushes it forward. That's how it works. These came with a lifetime battery. So it came with a battery that was supposed to last the lifetime of the gun. So evidently that didn't work. It wouldn't work, you know, as you can see. Or it would eventually run out of life. So a lot of people, including this one, is 9-volt modded. So it's modded to take a 9-volt. It's also modded for this right here, for a CP. This is a CP on-off ASA. Originally, you can make these vertical, horizontal, or on the bottle. Like, it's actually, this reg would be on your tank with a manifold. That's how it used to be. It'd come down here, and that's probably the way it came from, more than likely it came from the factory like that, where it was on the bottle, the max flow reg, and then it came out through here. But this configuration is just a little bit better, a little bit more modern. You have the CP on-off ASA right here. It's also been modded with an on-off switch right there. And I think that's about it mod-wise. Of course, it's got the aftermarket CP on it too. So sorry about that brain fart. So a little bit about the programming of the gun. The board right here, so you gotta do these screws up in here and down in here to get in there. The gun can't really shoot very fast. This one's probably shooting maybe 11 balls per second. If you tune them right with the programming, you can supposedly get to like 12 or 13. I don't know. But it shoots fast enough, you know. Like, there's not many fields that let you shoot more than 10. This shoots right about 10 when you're doing the full auto. When you're doing semi, you know, I can get up to maybe 9 balls per second. It's not the fastest gun. At the time, it wasn't the fastest gun. I mean, it was kind of quick, but it really wasn't the fastest. But what this gun was really good at and known for was accuracy. This gun is very accurate. Now, I'm not saying it's accurate because the way the gun's made. Not because of closed bolt, first off. That's a big myth, and I'll go over that a different day. The gun's so accurate because it's so heavy. And that's why, because it doesn't have any vibration. The gun is extremely heavy, and since it's extremely heavy, there's no vibration. I mean, this gun, you could definitely just spot for spot hit right where it's at because it's so heavy. There's no vibration able to overcome the weight. So since it has little vibration and so much weight, you're able to just stay right there on target. It also is extremely quiet. It's very quiet and smooth shooting. Very, very quiet. Just very inefficient. But yeah. That's a little bit about it. I mean, it brings a lot of attention because of its sheer size. I wish I had the whole setup here, but I mean, there's my hand to it. It's just big. But yeah, the sheer size of it just brings a lot of attention to people, and they want to come up to it. This model is from 1998. It's older than a lot of people that play paintball. It's old enough to drink, which is pretty funny. But yeah, and you got a smart part reg right there. These guns operate anywhere between 150 to 200 psi. So I usually around 180 psi, usually get you kind of close to 300 feet per second. They're really easy to maintain once you kind of just watch a video. There's one good video, maybe a couple good videos. There's a lot of shooting videos, but there's only like a couple of good videos on there to show you how to maintain them. And maybe I'll do a video and showing you guys how to maintain it. It's very easy to maintain it once you know how to. I'll take the bolt out for an instant back here. Man, it's really raining out there. Take the bolt out. Probably can hear it over the phone. Yeah, you just unscrew it here, which is pretty cool. No tools needed. There you go. Just kind of lube where I got, you can see the lube. This gun loves lube. You lube it often and you clean it often. I clean it after each gameplay, and I check it over before I go out and play. It's not, it's not terrible. I'm not gonna say it's unreliable. You just kind of have to maintain it. It's an old marker, and you just screw back in. The firing pin, you gotta use you can kind of see right here, right there. You gotta use kind of like a coin to get in there. That unscrews right there, a coin. Trying to get the lighting good. Yeah, you gotta use a coin to get in there, and you can maintain that same way. Lube it often, check it often, make sure it's fine. But yeah, this is one of my favorite markers. Just so quirky and shoots really smooth and quiet, and is really accurate. It's not the fastest, but it's really fun to play against rentals and stuff like that, where you're just shooting this and like, man, that thing's huge. It does have a right feed, by the way, if you look at that. The later versions of it, of 99 and 2000, have vertical feeds. I think it started out in 99. I know the 2000 ones have vertical feeds. So the 2000s around 99 have vertical feeds. This one has a right feed. When you have the loader up there, it's really freaking high. But how I run, this one's got shocker, real quick. This one has shocker threads. And I didn't bring the adapter up with me, but I have a Lamco adapter so it goes from shocker threads to autococker. So I can screw an autococker into the adapter, then the adapter fits the shocker threads. They only use the shocker threads for not very long. The other one is an SFT shocker, and that's the last time they used shocker threads. Then they switched, and they switched to a different thread. I don't know. Ion threads? Yeah, I think it's ion threads. Don't quote me on that. But I know they only used the shocker threads for two, which was the Sport and the SFT. Then the NXT shocker had different threads. But yeah, these guns are really great, easy to maintain. Parts, they can be hard to find, but if you join the Facebook page or any owner's page of these, they are fairly easy to find. A lot of people will sell them on eBay, or a lot of people have extra parts for them. They're not that hard to maintain though, so they can be a little bit intimidating, but really they're not that hard. And then once you have it set up right on the board, I recommend don't change it. Just leave it as is. So don't tinker with it. Once you got it shooting good and tuned right, just let her be. They do have just 4x4 SFTs, or SF, select fire like this one, and then the turbo mode, which ramping. Shocker was the first marker to have ramping in it, so you can think smart parts for ramping, good or bad, depends how you like it. But yeah, really interesting marker, and if you ever see somebody at the field, ask if you could hold it, and better yet, maybe shoot a few shots through, because it's just amazing the way a gun works, and just how accurate it is, and how ridiculously heavy it is. So that's a little bit about Shocker Sport, and some history about it, and a little bit of history about paintball. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.